So, Como, nil. Inter, 2. I mean, you have Inter. It's really a warm-up game, looking at the lineup and stuff. I'm gonna go on to why Inter lost to Scudetto. It's part of it, squad depth, Inzaghi being stubborn, and throwing away points, especially the last 15 minutes. I mean, he's been happening all season. Yes, we looked at possession stats a lot more. But Como, besides the red card, they played well. In fact, if they can somehow keep Nico Potts, I believe he's going back to Real Madrid. Buyback clause for 8 million. But I'm sure for Como, they have a proper scout. It's going to be flip a coin. I know Fabregas might be staying. In fact, he probably will. But flip a coin for Como scouting. A Streets Won't Forget player or an exciting young player. For Inter, there needs to be a lot of work in the summer. I know with the UCL, it turns our season from a B to an A or A to the B. Because honestly, if I'm going to break the season, it's going to be curved to some mid-table side. The mid-table sides are usually C's. B, if you actually came so close. D, laughable or scrap relegation. A, with trophies. And F, you actually got relegated. I thought it was going to be my criteria if I'm going to be rating a team season. But so far, Inter, they get a B. For me. Unless they somehow win the UCL. PSG had the script, so there's that. I mean, for Inzaghi, personally, I'll give him a proper bench for once, and we'll see from there. I mean, if he loses the UCL to PSG, it would have been his first trophy this season. If he goes trophyless again next season, yeah, I want him out. If he goes trophyless next season. Because the thing is, yes, I know there are people who say finals, they got to two UCL finals, but finals are meant to be won, not played. If you're happy to play for UCL final, well, won. We're not Juve. You're happy going 5 years with a trophy. We're not Arsenal. If you're gonna cry about referees, we're not Barca. Because I know there's referees and stuff, but is it really when you throw away the last 15 minutes of every 15 minutes? We can see too many goals from the last 15 minutes. And also, we don't have Fratesi daggers. Actually, Fratesi daggers only exist in the UCL so far, but not in the league. I think Fratesi is more involved. You get less daggers. Because for Fratesi, actually would, because for my stance for Fratesi, but if there's a good offer, take it. He's sellable assets. I would keep because he can actually score and come off the bench and score in the last minute. Get on usual GNA. Because on one hand you have depth, on the other hand you have Inzaghi's stubbornness and the board not backing him properly. I mean, looking back, most of our signings are disappointing. The only thing I say is a good signing is Zaluski. His Taremi flop. Zielinski, I think is he really on yellow? But how many games is he injured? In fact, you have Inzaghi playing Mkhitaryan and Bisek. I don't know how many points drop because of Bisek Bozo gene, the Bisek Bozo gene. So yep. But anyways, I mean, I'm not going to be too disappointed. I was already disappointed a long time ago. I mean, you expect Cagliari to do something that's in a more delusional level. Napoli at home, so yeah, there's that delusional. It's Cagliari. They're like close to relegation for the title for the league. While Napoli pretty much at the top for at home. Very good home record. You expect Cagliari to have Napoli drop points as delusional level. I'm still going to do the ratings because, well, it's a game. So draw board. Yes, I know Inzaghi is suspended and stuff, but okay. Oh well. Sommer, I know there's some good saves, good distribution. 6.5. I'm not going to be too highly disappointed because most of the subs they're just here for fitness. Even though I really think that Lautaro should have got some fit, should have did some running also. There's no Taram, no Lautaro. Yeah, that's how the season goes. One injury from Lautaro and Taram would have been over because of our depth. Let's look at our depth. What is it? In the league. Look, speaking of depth, Arnautovic, Taremi Correa, 6 goals combined in the league, while Frattesi alone has 5. Frattesi is our game changer coming out the bench. I don't know what would make this front. The other 3. That's disgraceful. Gusto, I think he did well. 6.5. So it's DeVry. Actually, no. Carlos Gusto 6. I mean, it's for Como. They don't look very threatening. Second half, just play for fitness. Because I really feel like with second half, first half, like, okay, there's some intensity, and first half intensity. Get the tax right. Try to play something. Bisek. I'll give him 6. Like nothing too important. It's like front 3. Like they're just colossal stinkers. Like nothing surprising. DeMarco 5. DeMarco. You know, everyone go to 3-5-2. DeMarco really has to step up. Because fitness-wise for DeMarco, it's very concerning of how he plays when he's not fit. In fact, can we give him the asthma meds while we're at it? Because Aslani and Hakan did well in pivot. Nothing much to say. The 6 all around. Zalewski is really the bright spot. In fact, the bright spot of our season. I'm not sure, but perhaps Zalewski can start competing for the starting spot against DeMarco. I know Carlos Gusto, he's not going to start over them because he's more defensive and can fill in for left wing back or left center back. Lots of game time. Zalewski, a lot more dimensions than DeMarco. Dribbling, pace, well, probably another, and passing. And DeMarco has passing and crossing. It seems very off this season. Darmian, give him 5.5. Like not much to do. But next season, it's a very tough one. Pavar, I'll definitely keep. Bisek, I would like to right center back. Because if Bisek gets sold, which I would not care at all. Like, okay, Bryce, sell him to some Premier League club. Darmian, right center back. at some point. But is Darmian going to provide the leadership? Because I think we should start phasing Darmian out. Because Darmian should not be playing right wing back whatsoever. Well, throughout the season, we rarely create anything with Darmian. Dumfries can create. I guess we're getting Luis Henrique. Yeah, we're very linked to Luis Henrique. We need pace and dribbling, so that's not a creative outlet. Darmian, no. So most Darmian right center back. Backup. I'll still keep Pavard. He's still our best right center back. Zalewski, 7, standout. Taremi Correa. Taremi, sell him ASAP. I know he's a so-called defensive striker, but there are times when we need to score a goal. Defensive striker where you can press properly, but there are times when we need to score a goal. So 5. In fact, at most, next season, at most 5th choice if we actually need to hold on to a lead. Because I think Tremi, the most disappointing signing, because I think he had a lot of expectations this season. Because scoring at Porto, Iranian international, and capable of scoring pressure penalties. Korea, 4, 5, 4.5. I know that it's 4.5. Got a goal, but not having a goal masks a stinker. The thing of Korea, 2021, we won a Scudetto, and then Korea joins 21-22. We never won Scudetto. 22-23, no Scudetto. Korea goes alone to Marseille. 23-24, we won Scudetto. Korea comes back. 24-25, lost the Scudetto. So the conclusion: get rid of Korea. In fact, keep him far, far away from the club. That's what I'm going to say. Barella, I'm not going to rate all the subs, because second half, really just get fitness. But for Topalovic, I don't know, subs, you have Martinez, Latoro. I think he should have got some game time to warm up and be match sharp. Chances are he'll probably play against PSG. Topalovic, he should have got some game time. Should have got more. I can look at that. Ferris, I think he managed the game well. 6. Because I think he managed the game well. Get the players some fitness. Aim those 3 out of 5. Or play some youth. And stuff. But oh well. Because can we not have the youth players play in the last 10 minutes? Another thing with Inzaghi, I know that people say that lack of depth and stuff, but Conte had Kvara, and then he left halfway. I think that's more for if you leave, someone had to step up. Never stepped up. He thought they would fall apart. It's because they have proper mentality. Players willing to step up. Referees 5.5. I know there's a handball similar to Bisek. Like that's really on the ref. That's really on the ref. So yeah, that's I don't know. Just come and explain to me. Is it a handball or is it not? But overall this season, I'll give it 6.5 to 7. That's actually 7.5. That's I'm going to say. trophy list, but subjective wise, compared to everyone else in the league, we compared to most teams. I mean, Juve. No wait, yeah, Bologna and Napoli are definitely getting an A. Because A's are for only teams that actually won a trophy. I prefer. All right, I'll see you guys. Yeah, actually, for watch-alongs wise, not sure doing the Club World Cup. I'm actually not sure about that. If that is, unless I probably won't see you guys in what 2 months or so. So, yep, see you guys later. Bye, everyone. See you soon.